last title, like, there's been a lot of bad stretches. This is amongst the worst, bro.
Yeah, well, Monster Energy pregame said 12 straight losses, so it has been even worse than throughout this stage, going back to the major. But we'll see when we get there. We have a Karachi Hardpoint to start. Yeah, I mean, Ultra's best map, their bread and butter, 9-2 on the year. On the opposite side, Boston Breach 3-6. But I will say, this Breach team, no matter the roster, no matter if they have a sub, they have played teams close in respawn.
Oh, it's 12 with the search in the majors.
That's what that card said.
I had just looked at the stage. So yeah, they're approaching maybe the worst ever then.
Yeah.
For just a stretch of search. Perfect. Well, we'll see if...
Well, at least you add like a little asterisk on a couple of those maps because you had a sub. I'll allow that.
That's true. That's true.
But it's not good, Clint.
No, it is not good. But we'll get into the action. I think I do. I mean, I agree with what Ant's saying. Like, there's upset potential. Like, that's the thing. Like, even back with like that EG team I mentioned, like they had flashes in respawn where you knew they could be good. They just couldn't win a search and destroy, so it held them back. Once things started to click for that team, they went on and won champs. Not obviously not the same scenario here, but if they improve in search, Joe, they are a threat to beat a lot of teams.
No, they are. Yeah, I mean, we just saw it last week. Even with Shawnee, like they have been a solid hardpoint team. Snoopy has been fantastic. Now you have Beans back in the lineup. Pentagram been filling in well, but so far throughout this map one over towards P2, it's been all Toronto Ultra in this hill. Boston Breach is trying to keep junkyard spawns for our P3 rotation. And on the other side for Ultra, you're going into your home major. You're 4-1, it looks great. You just really haven't beaten any of the top four, right? As Beans is gonna find a double and get on the hill.
Yeah, you and I were chatting like briefly before we started this, and we don't know with Ultra. Like, no matter how well they looked in this online stage, based on like how low they've looked and how good they looked in stage one, until we get to the major, I don't know. Yeah, once we get to the major, we'll see how they look.
And then one thing maybe you're looking for if you're an Ultra fan, maybe just some consistency in respawn from that guy at number 2. That's Envoy. 1-5 start here. He's been struggling in hardpoint and control, getting going in search. But on rotation, Snoopy's going to find 2 and now break this setup. And this is what we're talking about. You're able to win the rotation as Boston Breach. Now you have the hill control, and Snoopy's trying to get pushed forward.
Well, he'll stop on that 3 spree, but a nice moment there. But, you mentioned Envoy. I'm curious, like, from your take, you were a big Thieves guy. You saw him be a beast. You saw him have stretches where he struggled. Like, why do you think he struggles at times? Where does it come from? Because this isn't the first time we've seen a bad stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he's been inconsistent at times on the Thieves rosters, a little bit on Huntsman. It just feels like, I don't know, when the team's not thriving, when they're trying to really figure it out, maybe he's just not focused on himself, focused on sort of the team strategies, how they want to play it. Just not on the same page. I think maybe he just gets caught in the mess as both teams just sort of breaking back and forth here. Have a very close game, but I think for him, he's just, I don't know, stage one, they looked so darn good fundamentally.
When the system's there and it's going well, he thrives.
Yeah, it feels like his timings are on point, and he's the type of player where if things aren't going his way, it's going to look bad.
Well, speaking of not going your way, Pentagram right now, he's 1-7, but you're basically tied. I think he'll take that because Priest is frying. He's on 4 straight. Leading the lobby with 10 right there with CleanX. We'll have back over to Snoopy's POV and see what maybe he is able to do as we're tied up 62-62. Still a pretty low scoring affair, but now hunting is Snoopy.
Yeah, but you'll take this all day if you are Boston Breach. Keep them off the hill. Keep right side spawns to rotate for that P5. Pentagram trying to find number 2, not able to catch CleanX. Nice shots by CleanX. You see number 5 and Snoopy going to be playing it safe. Ultra just wants to push up the middle of the map, so this rotation is not easy for Breach, and now the pressure will be on. As well, Envoy from 1-5 to 6-7, so he's gotten going, and there we go, able to make the read. We'll see where Priestess spawns. Should spawn up on the left side of the map, and he does. So now you have a very early first push on this break.
Yeah, it feels like when he's like ready for a fight, gun up, he does well. Just see him get caught spreading sometimes, like not gun ready. Of these past couple of weeks. We'll see if that improves. They try to make this run at their major right now, trying to get damage in. Very tough gunfight for him to find the kills. Scrap will be there to follow it up, and the guy likes to shoot lasers. Misses everything, but it's not easy one. The pop-up will work out. CleanX will be through on the other side, and you get a little bit of space now because you also got one over by Diner. You've got a lot of control.
Well, yeah, they're a little bit worried, though, that they spawned up troop side, and they actually didn't. They all spawned up like middle of the map red. Did Boston Breach. You saw when those kills came in. And where insights spawn, they're like, uh-oh, let's watch Coop, but that doesn't happen. And now they're going to be able to take this lead. Nice win there for Envoy.
It's just how this hill is, though. Like, everyone's just spawning out like mid, diner, back alley, it's like running on top of each other.
No.
So often, like.
I know there is a P5 spawn on the right side of the map, like near P3. It just is very
there?
rare.
Yeah.
No, there's one there. I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah. It seems to be a little too rare, but lighting it up on the feed. It's Envoy. It's CleanX, 4 straight for Envoy. CleanX looks for his 4th, not able to pick it up. But as we get into our second set of rotations, an important moment in the hard point, you start to live and thrive within this one. If you're Ultra, but the breaks are coming through, it's all down to Envoy. Nice little sequence there from Boston Breach. You get set up, you have somebody spawning out by P2 and Snoopy, so you're in a good spot here to bring it back.
Yeah, they're not going to read this, though. They're all going to spawn out. Is Toronto Ultra on their left. They thought they would be spawning up on the opposite side of the map, but they will take this. Much needed time here for Breach because it's a very good transition for Ultra from P5 into this P1, and now Insight able to find 2, trying to snap, but Snoopy is there for the double. And Pentagram, he just got his 2nd kill at the start of this hill. So you have all 3 players on 14. And he's at 2. I'm sure he's putting damage in. Timing just not going his way, but now he is there on this P2 rotation.
You've said it multiple times. I think you're right. Like, Karachi hardpoint skill just comes down to being able to read the wonky ones. Because like when you have like a perfect setup and like you're where you really want to be, yeah, you can spawn people out and it's real logical. A second that's like a little bit messy though, it's just like spawns are gonna get iffy now, boys. Will we read them properly?
Yeah, he is kind of set up for it. Yeah. Is Ultra able to win this rotation? I think where teams have gotten much, much better is this P2. It just feels like it was so scrappy at one point, and now it's just 40 to 50 points once you're winning these rotations. The opposite team, they're just sort of like, all right, let's just play from junk side, try to win rotation at P3 and respond.
Yeah, team's just willing to rotate a whole heck of a lot earlier and give up a lot of P1 time sometimes just to get it. But Snoopy, he's had some brilliant multi-kills.
Big time, that is big time.
And he'll get, yeah, it might turn into an extra 20 or so seconds. There's gonna be another one-on-one though. He's gonna have to win that one against CleanX. He's able to do that as well. So Snoopy wins a couple of nutty fights. And then the scoreboard's like a 40-point swing.
Yeah, I'd say it's a 40-point swing. It's also where he's getting kills because the hill's up and where his teammates are. They're spawning so far across the map is Toronto Ultra. So now Snoopy trying to wrap on back, but inside junk, Envoy is here. Snoopy's on 5 in a row, but Envoy, we were talking about his respawn, and since that moment, he has stepped up. It's going to lead to the break behind the double.
Yeah, like Snoopy tries to help through mid, but he loses his fight to CleanX. So now you're inside if you were Toronto Ultra, and you're very thankful he got that time at last, because Ultra seemingly have it locked down for now, but you've got all 4 players here, and they're starting to collapse. The team kill is going to come through. The woes for Pentagram continue. Quadruple -4 and 16. I'm not trying to straight roast the guy, but it just looks odd on the scoreboard when you look at the rest of the squad.
Yeah, and that's just a huge moment there where, I mean, you're hoping that's cleaner for Boston. Great job by Ultra to break on through, but you have a chance with Snoopy's plays over towards P2 to potentially be in the lead, but it's a break there from Ultra to lead to this. But we're going to go listen to the comms from Boston Breeze. Let's go to a listening.
He's close up tail, he's native.
It's Envoy. They're gonna be 2 third side, I think. Yeah, milk, back milk.
Where is he? On this cap, on this cap. On this cap, bro. On this cap inside and top AC.
I'm behind him, milk.
Top church. Deep sandbags, weak.
I'm just hiding back
Top
there.
church, top AC. I'm letting come. Bottom church, next. Bottom church, back.
Top third,
Gonna push out mid.
Top third, Envoy.
I'm coming around, right? I'm just on the right.
Top third, yeah. One top third on me.
I'm showing up. He's deep right sandbags.
I'm working too, okay?
Time them.
I'm working too, okay?
Long and back milk. I don't see him.
Wait, he flanked me, Coop. He's low Coop on the arch. Look Coop on the arch.
Make it up top. Low is gonna be up there. That's gonna be up there.
Two old. Look for one. Okay.
Play through old last
Inside
time.
scrap old, you look for two.
Yeah, I'm top there, okay? They could be low Coop on me. Yeah, I'm holding low.
I saw it. I can see low Coop there.
Yo, on this cap and hold. Okay. They play through left hard. No, you and B-cut. B-cut and...
One's been out. 2 minutes.
I get it for a second. Yo, he's top.
Teammate. Barrel's weak.
I'm on. And he's top balcony and barrels. Barrels is really weak. I spawn close front. I'll grab time, just focus the back.
They're trying to play the back. Yeah, yellow card. 2. I got one inside the back. Nice. I can through the back.
Alright, I'm pushing up.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm in ticket. I'm hitting middle, bro. Could be like. I don't see the middle.
You might want to play close to us, maybe?
Yeah. I read top.
I can see the back cross. They're gonna be probably top.
Honestly, top. Honestly, top.
Yeah,
I think they're flying through left again. One shot, take it. I can push you low.
Top 3, he's gonna try. Yeah, push him back left. You cross P3.
Let's spawn out.
Always one shot from P3 and one to the back. One in the back.
Take it.
On you.
Nice. Check it. We can't clean next.
I'm playing top. I'm playing top.
I'm letting down.
Yeah, that's one.
Last one.
Last one then?
Yeah.
They're gonna be front. I got it. You're good. Probably gonna be pretty ready.
He's top part. He's on the left.
He's probably gonna be pretty ready. Okay,
Stop checking it.
I'm in.
Yeah, he is. He's low.
I'm in. Low.
Nothing top 3.
No one's shot. He's 18 bridge.
Joe, you probably have something cool to add, but all I took from that is when Bean said back, dead, and I thought about the fact that his back's been dead.
That did happen last week, but hopefully he's feeling better, right? That's all we care about. He's back in the batch now, and now you have a chance here at P1 where you're right back to the game. The pressure's on. They do such a fantastic job at P5. Cleanex gets a triple, but they recover, and now you have this setup.
You have the setup. What can you do with it? You try to rally now, down about 40. 30 to go in the hard point before the rotation comes in. Pentagram hoping to have some moments here late in the game as he's had a tough one, but still gets the win.
Gosh.
And Insight just fries him. That looked like a joke, and now Ultra's in, a chance to close this out. Not with the remaining time here, but they've got the rotation as well as things have coming off the wheels. Boston Breach in trouble.
I mean, that was your chance. You had a couple opportunities, a big one right there. You would have tied the game up. We talk about these swings, how close Boston have played some of our top teams in Respawn. This could have been closer, but Ultra win map 1 to go 10-2 on Karachi.
You know how, remember when Krim sort of said, there was a question about gun skill, and he said, like, a lot of it's just meant to, like, know you're gonna shit on somebody, like, know you're gonna gun them, and, like, you will, like, it helps. Like, Scrap took that fight, like, I am 20 times better than Pentagram.
Oh, that was Insight.
Oh, Insight, sorry, Insight. I'm just gonna challenge.